Oh, are we at the part of the campaign where all the kids are gone? This is one of the main districts where kids tend to be. It's not currently diseased, and it's not under armed guard. It's not in riot mode, because that corner over there I was just at had no guards at it. It would have guards if it was in a bad state. That area has guards. Yeah, and there's a guy that needs to be stopped. But no kids. It's a weird feeling. I can't carry these now. How am I doing on bottles? Oh wait, those are rations. 27. I should be carrying bottles around. I have no idea what the value of a syringe is, but I have so many stacks of these things. I guess combustible fluid? I should keep a slot for the razors, because I encounter way more of the guys that give you razors, including this guy right here. But I should kill them with knives. If I kill them with razors, then... if I kill them with bullets, then that's just a waste. No! He's my bandage man. Stop it. Stop it. Bandages? Bandages? Ah. Come on. Bandages. Bandages! It's the only I've checked so many goddamn places that actually sell bandages and have not found bandages in them. That's how today's been going. But I freaking find bandages here. Because of course I do. You don't have anything to sell. Alright. Victor's sick, huh? Huh. I don't that's not what I expect. I don't expect the members of the upper class to become sick. They got such giant houses, and the house themselves has a giant gate, and they can so easily, seemingly, quarantine themselves and not interact with anybody. Oh no, it's so hard to talk to Aglaia Lilich. Here she is.
We weren't given too much time now, were we? The army arrives tomorrow.
Listen, I am going to share my plans and goals with you now. Strange though it may seem, it just so happens that you, a person of a completely different background, somehow understand me better than anyone else. That is worthy of my sincerity. I do not doubt your words. Of all the goals I may have, saving this town is the most crucial one. I'll be honest with you, I do not love it, and I do suspect this hopeless mission is my last chance. Yet my choices have nothing to do with my self-preservation. They're about integrity and ambition. Why is it hopeless? Not for me, but I think they deem it hopeless. This town is little more than a grave they can throw anything into and watch it rot. I do have a suspicion that it's precious to them, though. Yet they wouldn't have sent an artillery squad here unless they had other towns to have fun with. What are you planning to do? The source of the disease will be found, and it will be destroyed. It's a matter of time, and it will only take a few days. The sick can be cured with your panacea. The plan is all around great, but there's a huge hole in it. The panacea is scarce. Its main ingredient is a relic, a fossil almost. There are fewer Oryxes left in this world than Leviathans, as far as I can tell. That is so. They say an Oryx was brought from the steppe the day before yesterday to be sacrificed. It's supposed to deliver us from the plague. Odong say it was the last one. That is so. Still, I'm confused. I've been told that only a true warden can handle an Oryx. Is that the reason why Olgimsky manages the kin personally, but requires a middleman in any manner that has to do with the abattoir? Yes, my father used to say the same thing. The foreman oversees the rituals and performs the rite from time to time, cutting a bull in a way that has been the true way since the creation of the world, for the perpetuation of the world. That cosmic bull is an Oryx. It contains every element, every line, every tongue, every connection, everything. Have I been informed correctly? Yes, sounds about right. But the rite didn't work out. The kin is disappointed and unhappy with the foreman. This means he did something wrong. The kin had been locked up in the termitary, so I assume there were few witnesses. Could it be the foreman was unable to handle the Oryx? Perhaps there was no mactation at all. Where'd the blood come from, then? That's exactly what's bugging me. The rite was performed the day before yesterday. So many hours must have passed since then, but you were given steaming blood. It was full of oxygen, it was alive. As if it had just been extracted from a living body. That is true. Ask the foreman where the blood came from. I think the abattoir hides many secrets, and you are the only person who can get into its depths. The further we go, the more convinced I become that we're on the right path. Even in our enlightened times, we are to be saved by the legends of ancient herdsmen. I will follow your bold advice. Good luck to you, Artemi Buruk. Beware of the foreman. He's afraid of you, but he is the kind of man whose fear is more dangerous than his calm. What if the abattoir is closed? Then get in there through the termitary. I talked to this girl, Tai Cheek, yesterday. Her power is incredible. She even made me doubt if I can obey her, make her obey my will. She knows how to open the abattoir. Wait for me. I'll be back.
They've grown up, and...
The generic dialogue. So Tai Cheek's the way into the abattoir, which we already knew, because that's how we get in as... That's how we almost get it in as the bachelor, until we are then very thoroughly stopped, and which was today. Today is the day that the bachelor got in on his campaign, because we get stopped. We are attacked by the horde of abattoirees, and then we are removed from the location. That'll happen today, because we were saved by the army coming in right now. Ah, hello, bull. We've transitioned to that screen now. Oh no, there's that one too. They're both there. That's not confusing at all. So both of my current quests have me going to the abattoir, right? Oh. No. I mean, they're both the same quest, aren't they? I'm just supposed to go talk to the foreman and find out what his secrets are. And nothing else has come in yet? Yeah. Not yet. Alright, got a bit of a trek ahead of us, and not a lot of eventfulness between here and there. So I paid him a visit. This is when Vlad closes the well. It's all sealed up. You see what happened? I don't understand. Why is the well filled up? It's rather a sorry story. A gang of marauders tried to escape a blocked-up district with their loot and ran into unexpected and courageous resistance. Patrolmen were there too, but that's not the point. Yeah, it doesn't make sense yet. The bandits were not the timid sort themselves. They pulled out guns and began shooting, trying to mount a retreat. After killing two of their pursuers, running along roofs and backyards, they somehow got into this area. Then one of them remembered this well of mine. Perhaps there was a worker of yours among them. You're a quick thinker, precisely. The clumsy townsfolk lagged behind, taking the long route, so the marauders had time to break into here, throw the loot in, and even go down the well themselves. The pursuit was on my step already, you know. What happened next? When the townsfolk broke in, they saw the last of the bandits descending into the well. They tried to continue the pursuit, but the bandits started shooting and killed one more. I'm pretty sure they were sitting there, waiting for their targets to follow them one by one. Then one of the pursuers got this clever idea to fill up the well. Exactly. Without a moment's hesitation, these honest people decided to bury the marauders alive. As you can see, they succeeded. It's not the loss of the well that troubles me, though. I've had plenty of opportunities to make sure it's barren. There was a great loss, however. As in, my priceless notes were lying at the well's edge. I'm studying steppe traditions, you know. I've been collecting them for many years. Before me, another respectable person had been collecting them. They contain rare and valuable knowledge. Find these notes for me. Did they push them down the well or something? Indeed. If I'm not mistaken, there is a secret passage by the theater that leads underground. Anything you find on the robbers is yours. Moreover, I will reward you very generously. These notes are priceless for me. Like the 52 recipes of Twirine, or the description of the Rite of Heads. Okay, I'll try. That's a completely different... Oh, I thought he was drifting forward because of how strangely consistent he is at walking forward. I thought he was just skating.
I am crushed by these walls.
Such a nasty incident. Let's talk about the termitary. Do you really want to go that way? What have you been told? I've been told that it's your fault. It's not my place to talk about it. Leave it be, it's a family matter. The wretched worms you've been starving at the termitary may well soon become my kin. What was that supposed to mean? Are you talking about your priesthood, your father's legacy, your Foreman ambitions? The revenge of the Oryx? Perhaps. So we'll talk when that happens. The Ogimskis, whoever of us is the eldest and in charge, will report the state of the termitary to the kin then. As for now, topic closed. It won't take long. Asking me for favors while simultaneously refusing. That's a completely different story you gave than what you gave to the Bachelor. I'm trying to remember what he told the Bachelor exactly. I'm also going on really roundabout paths. I still want to get the map because I forgot to do that when I went to Grief to get ammo at the beginning of the day, but forgot to buy the map. I'm probably going to visit the two vendors that are both in this downward direction, and then go to my base too before I go all the way to the termitary. The day is young, but I'm not proud of my roundabout paths right now. But if you want to know why I'm down here, that's why. I'm just kind of poking my way into local NPCs here and there, and seem to have found a quest by coincidence. Okay. Well, that'll save me a letter later, I guess. So he wants me to go into that well again, so that's just a thing we do constantly. That involves going back towards the theater, though, which is not great. But if I'm doing a quest for the Bachelor already, then I can probably go to the termitary first, and then return to... on my way back to the Bachelor, I can take a trip to the theater, since I'll be crossing again. Probably want to go here. Get more white whip and stuff like that. Whoa! Look at that crazy-ass geometry down there. All those triangles. Oh, that's weird looking. That's real weird looking. Yeah, he told the Bachelor... He told the Bachelor frustratingly little. Because they talked about investigating whether or not there was disease down there, basically. And then then he just said he closed it up. I think he was being mysterious and evasive about it. But he said that he closed it up because it wasn't useful or something. It was a weird paradox where he was insisting he closed it up, but there wasn't a disease down there and it wasn't the source. But simultaneously, the fact that he closed it up seemed like it... Like, why'd you close it up so haphazardly and so seriously if it wasn't the disease? Like, what would lead you to do that if it wasn't the fact that it was dangerous down there and you had to get rid of it? So I don't know. It might be that the same thing happened in that campaign that happened in this campaign, in that those people hid down there and were buried down there by townspeople. But if that's the case, why would I don't think I see the reason for, like, why he'd want to lie. Like, why is he lying on behalf of the townsfolk? It might be that this is just a different lie than he told last time, and they're both lies. I'm not entirely sure what to think, honestly. So here's something really weird. This was a plague area. And then I started the day over because other issues came up. And now it's not a plague area. And in fact, the area I live in is now a plague area when it wasn't before. That's fucking weird. All this time I thought that the days I thought that each day's plague districts were predetermined. I thought that was always the same, but apparently no. Apparently, the plague districts are somewhat randomly selected, or maybe in different parts of the story, there certain ones might be predetermined and certain ones might not be predetermined. Seems more likely, but yeah, like the plague districts changed. It's not even pre-seeded, so that it's always the same in that particular playthrough. Like if you save scum the transition through midnight, the maps chunks that are bad will change. Yep. Let's see. I'd like to take a look at your map. Today's worse than yesterday, isn't it? Yep. Worse, all right. Took a lot of work though, so 1,500 coins. That's the cost price. What's so costly about it? Immunity boosters for the scouts. I'm tired of explaining it over and over again. Deal. Not really that much of a price anymore. Motherfucker. Yeah, it changed. You guys saw that earlier. This was infected earlier before I went back because of the rifle problem. And now Grief's area is not infected. But damn. Yeah, that entire spine, the entire top is all riot zone, and the entire area here is all infected. Wow. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 safe zones, 5 infected zones, and 5 riot zones all at the same time. Interesting little split there. Starts to feel a little bit more like the board game when you're placing all those damn units and there's only like 3 squares left that are occupied by the members of the village, and so those squares are the places that the plague can choose to start. Also got a new letter. What was it? The Bachelor's Choice. The military will be here tomorrow. They come to raise and demolish. Due to this, we can't avoid making the important choice, for it depends on us whether anything here may be saved. My choice has already been made. I'm going to champion the dream that is doomed to lose its battle and history. To lose its battle with history. From now on, I will use whatever agency I have left to save the condemned creators and their creation, whose sentence was spelled out by evolution itself. Speaking of the so-styled utopians, the 4 Cains, the architect twins, my good Ava, and, hopefully, Vlad the Younger. If these people survive, I may be able to preserve one of the most fascinating miracles of this world. I don't have much hope for your assistance, but I urge you not to obstruct me. Beware my wrath. If any one of my utopians dies, I'm going to fight fiercely for my doomed sovereign. Bachelor Dankovsky. So here once again are the letters where people talk about what their bound are. I don't think Vlad the Younger was one of my bound. That's not right, is it? It was the Cains were my bound. Ava was one of my bound. The Stamatin brothers were my bound. Not Vlad though, right? I'm pretty sure Vlad was not one of them. For that matter though, Ava was dead by now in Bachelor's campaign, and she remains alive apparently in my campaign. I was trying to remember who... The Foreman is one of the changelings bound, I want to say? Huh. This is just weird. So-styled utopians. It reminds me of the fact that, like, we're currently... we might be able to predict a plot point that's going to come up in this game. Because, the ending I chose as the Bachelor was, watch out, there's always a cloud here. The ending I chose as the Bachelor was the Haruspex's choice, which is that he wanted to, destroy the polyhedron in order to create the panacea. Apparently, you can make the panacea out of the polyhedron, which is otherwise only makeable out of this supposed man-ox hybrid source. So I'm wondering if somehow the entire... Was a polyhedron made of Oryx bone or something similar to that, I wonder? Or for that matter, I don't know. Are we gonna find out the Foreman is a man ox and that's why he's so goddamn huge? Item management time. I've got a lot of these to drop off. So we are arrived. So the question is, can we get into the abattoir or not? Or do I need to go talk to Tai Cheek? Hello? Capella's request for the lives of her bound to be saved. You have bound? A lot has changed. We now face a different kind of peril. New actors have ascended to the scene, announcing the time is ripe for heroes of the preview play to bow out. And I don't want my friends to vanish into oblivion. Aglaia states that 3 families are no longer in charge. She's wrong. Perhaps you are willing to share her delusion? The time of the kin has come. We descend back into the earth, right? However elaborate your plans, you need a mistress. There is more than just the kin here. There is also the town. Its civilized people can only be governed by a ruling family. Do not reject us in a hurry. Side with me today, and before long I will help you fulfill your destiny to the fullest extent. Victoria Olgimskaya, I believe is the full name there. V.O. Capella's bound. It's weird that it says it's a plea to save Capella's bound. She doesn't actually say who they are, though. Is it closed? It's closed. I wish you could see whether or not the abattoir was open or closed without awkwardly walking into it and then waiting for a loading screen. You can't see a door, so you can't just click on the door to see if it reacts or not and gives you the locked door sound. Which just makes it a little weird. It'll always trip me out a little bit how items just find their way into my inventory. Like all of the normal, constantly gathering stuff and digging through shit stuff is here like in every other game. More or less. But just on top of that, you just get items. Somehow. Just little surprises. Like that mechanic in Bioshock Infinite where Elizabeth will just throw an item to you and you're like, oh, okay, cool. Except without even that animation. It's just, it pops up in the corner of the screen and you might not even notice it's happening. And you just have items now. Congrats.
Changeling has a haughty attitude. She knows something.
It's nice to see you're still alive. Mother, I need to get into the abattoir. They say you can reveal the way in. Well, they are right. Do it then. I'll reveal the gate to you if you reveal something to me as well. Fair barter. Deal? Deal. That Clara is very sly. She started to tell me a story about a crystal flower, very engaging, but she didn't finish. She wants to elicit something from me in exchange for the ending. What does she want? Something. You should hear her tell stories too. I'm completely at her mercy now, and I feel like I have to do whatever she tells me to do. I don't get it at all, and I think I'll end up giving up my life for her. That's severe. What? Oh. Please don't cry. Yes, either that, or she'll demand something that shouldn't be given away. She'll come here soon. She'll get back to her riddles. Oh, what can I do to stand up to her? Perhaps Capella could help. Then again, maybe not. What do you want me to reveal to you? Reveal the ending of Clara's story to me. Remember, it's a story about an icy prince and a crystal flower. How does it end? I need to know. Then she can come here all she wants. I'd be ready, knowing everything. And she wouldn't be able to force me. I'll get unhooked. Okay. We have to find Clara? Shit, Tai Cheek's daughter is not a fretful child. She seems confused, as though the changeling has bewitched her with whatever sorcerous power she is possessed of. The fairy tale holds something of importance, and the girl is keen to hear it all. A childish bit of kind of magic, regardless of its efficacy. I need to talk with Clara, and with Capella. Huh. He added Capella to the list. Why Capella? I think my letter I just got is unrelated, right? Although I suppose... High Cheek has a connection to Capella. That might be what's going on. The problem with needing to talk to Clara is that we never know where Clara is, basically, ever. Because she doesn't really have a fixed home. There's a little bit of the story where she might hang out with Saburov. It's not on the map, right? Nothing's on the map at all. Great. Except for all the red and black. There's a chunk of the story where... there's a chunk of the story where she has a home with Saburov, but that definitely goes away. And so, during these other parts of the story, if they tell me to find... if they tell me to find her, I'm kind of in trouble. I'm just gonna visit... let's just go visit Capella and hope she happens to be there. We mustn't forget to collect our coffee. You have come. I always knew you were my friend, Artemy. You are my friend, aren't you? Listen close, then. You know I am not simply a ruler's daughter. I carry the heavy burden of the sacred power. A burden that is akin to the one you are seeking to take. I am a princess, and the children's priestess. I acknowledge you. You are Capella. Funny, is it not? So you do acknowledge me. Just looks at us, a bare-legged girl and a disenfranchised outcast, orphan too. You are a son of an Odonga, true, but that only makes it worse. Oh, please do not be offended, but we are ridiculous. And yet there is more to our eyes. More to our eyes? Our eyes speak true. No more than 3 days will pass before you and I turn from tiny creatures into two pillars carrying the burden of supreme power, unless we make mistakes. Oh, I hope we never do. And so you will help me, will you not? That's helping yourself. You understand, don't you? So that's what where you're going with this. I want to solemnly ask for your assistance. I beg you to help me with a cause that's not only good, but also crucial for the whole town, save a few children's lives. Are they in danger? Yes. The terrible Clara wants to get personal gain at the cost of their childish magnanimity and their lives. And I cannot do anything. She breeds ill blood between us. I will do anything for you if you help me save them. Why is she so terrible? She is strong and dangerous. She's stronger than me, for I create and she destroys. She does indeed. That is her nature. She doesn't heal. She merely kills the disease. You should see the one she saved. She's stronger because she's made of lies. I, on the other hand, am the White Mistress, and so I am plain to see. Why does she need the kids? They're special. Both me and Clara care for the same qualities of theirs, only from different angles. It is what we need, what is useful to us, if you will. Independence, importance, standing. It's just that I care for their personalities, and she needs something else. She wants to sacrifice them for something. You want me to look after them? Yes, help them, Artemy, and I will repay you. I am begging you now as a child, but you will have the gratitude of a mistress. The change is bound to happen very, very soon. You know that the future is an open book to me. Help me attain power, and I will help you keep yours. I don't need power. But you need to win. Or don't you? Don't you feel obligated, clenched, trapped by fate? Oh, you do need to win. Else you will never become yourself. Let us help each other. Let us be noble and generous. Okay. Let's say we have a deal.
What?
Do not let us down. We shall win together, you'll see. Do you know where Clara could be at the moment? She's been hanging around Notkin lately. Had a bite, but went away empty-handed, I think. Oh, she's showing teeth now. Long, sharp, fine, curved fangs those are. Or she may be at Murky's. She's been asking Riddle about her. Thank you, Victoria. What was that paper sound for? Alright, talk to the rat prophet. This is bizarre. She said that she tried going after Notkin and it wasn't really working. So probably murky? Either way, Notkin's here, right? Because this is... yeah, that's sticky. So Notkin and murky are right next to each other. Oh yeah, it's circling murky. So I need to go to murky, but I also need to go to the town theater. I'll probably do that now since I'm already here. Wasn't the original plan, but it's what we find ourselves doing. I am definitely just sort of scrambling in different directions today. It's a weird day. It's only 1 p.m. That's not so bad. Means we're already 6 hours in though, and I don't really feel like I've gotten that much done. Part of the risk of just not knowing what order quests are going to show up in, or where they'll even be located. You just get on these not ideal patterns. Not the best, but I'll take it. Not having great luck with the bandages lately. Punch the shit out of that rat. It knows what it did. Hope you guys got him. Don't mind me as I just loot his still beating heart. Got him. So once again, we're supposed to visit the Rat King. It felt like it was going to be a one-time hallucination bizarre thing where we'd move on, and the fact that we move on would itself be a chance to maybe interpret that as being a weird hallucination moment that wasn't entirely accurate. But I'm about to have... I'm being sent to visit him for the 3rd quest in this game. At this point, he's just real. Or is he? He's not there. Okay, I'm definitely not going to be sleeping very soon, so let's do some exhaustion. Okay, that's health's not great. Let's bump that a little bit up. Got my gun. There's supposed to be raiders here? Jesus. These goddamn knife throwers in this game. They're so comically effective. It's one of the reasons why I think the game warns you about low health too late, is because the knife throwers can just one-shot you easily in those situations. You took that pretty well. Damn. Ooh. They're nice enough to drop ammo for me. That's good.